Hey, we about to call them boy down
Hey,
there.
for real, dog. We about to get, call them boy.
Call them boy, man.
Charleo, for real.
Straight
dog.
like that.
Now y'all boy look ya. I ain't know what's going on, but I still ya. Them boy in the street he try to kill ya. Have you laying in the chalk white sheet ya. I like the way you soldier rag over white tee. Post up with the Mully D's on my feet. On Sunday used to chill up on the battery. They shut them down so when up and at me. We outside of the club cause we ready.
What's up, man? Your world, my opinion, man. We back. Y'all know what it is. We keeping our foot on the gas, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I got Honey J. Honey J, what's up?
We back. You already know what it is with a very special one. And I'm excited about tonight's show.
Yeah, I got T Rich in the house again over here.
Hey,
the
I'm
bartender
here.
with the mostest.
Let's do it.
Right. So the original Charleo company.
Original Charleo.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the brand that's known around the city, known around the state. You know, we can find out how far you didn't venture off and all that, man. But go ahead and introduce yourself, man. And,
to the people who
you
don't know.
Cool. So I'm Jerron Holmes. From Charleston, South Carolina. You know, started in fashion. Shit. When I calculated the other day, it's actually like 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, telling your age.
right.
No, I started at 5 years.
I'm about to say, let's bring it back around.
Let's run it back. All right, 5 years old.
But like I said, started off in fashion. A lover of Charleston, and the creator and operator of the original Charleo company.
Let's go.
Man, I'm glad to have you, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all having me,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? This is awesome.
Glad to be here.
So you said you started out at 5 years old. What was the inspiration? How did it get started? Your fashion, anyway.
So I used to draw all the time.
Okay.
Mechanical pencils and line paper. You know what I mean? Like a lot of kids can't even relate to that.
Right.
That's crazy.
And so, I don't know, I think I always had the vision to say, well, I can draw this on paper, but what I'm going to do with this by show it to somebody. So I said, let me put it on a shirt and sell it, you know what I mean? So I started drawing with like markers on t-shirts, like undershirts,
regular markers.
Yeah, like your name in graffiti or whatever for my classmates and such. And that was kind of the origins of it. I didn't pay that much attention, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like at that time I said, well, I'm going to continue to do this and make a career out of this. But it's just funny, like, when I look back that I was doing that then. So that's how, it kind of started. Just kind of continuing on and on. People find out, hey, he makes shirts, this and that. So that's what kind of kept it going, over the years, doing a family reunion shirt or church shirt or something like that, And so that was my printing business, which is still in operation now. So a lot of people don't know that I still print for businesses and such every day.
Okay.
So what I decided to do is, just in those downtimes, like in the print business, I was always waiting on a customer to walk through the door.
Right.
So if ain't nobody need no shirts, then I'm kind of like, ain't nothing happening. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me use this same equipment and knowledge and such to print something that I can sell all the time. And so that's where the idea to create a clothing brand came from. As far as Charleo, so my thing was to do something that people would already have a connection to. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I was always very prideful of Charleston, especially going off to college, you know what I mean?
Okay, where'd you go to school?
USC.
Okay, let's go.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so that's when you really like saw like the pride, like, hey, we from Charleston.
Right.
Yeah, so I said, well, let me put this on the shirt, but then I didn't want to put Charleston on the shirt.
True.
That's too clean. You see that in the gas station all the time.
Right.
So just kind of brainstorming, I said I don't want to do Chucktown, because that was kind of commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got a hood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a question that I always get is, did I create Charleo? But I didn't. I was the first to put it on a shirt.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So through the years and doing research, I think a couple people actually pinpointed the actual person I believe that said it first or
Okay,
That's
put us
real,
on game because you know we don't know.
Crazy.
Well, no, I don't know the dude.
Right, no, but I'm
But you know
saying
the
you can give us the
So
history.
the story is
Yeah.
that Charleo came from when No Limit was hot and they was doing Calio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they people, and
Yeah, they did
people
switch
started
out.
saying Charlie.
Right, right.
I can see
So that's
that.
where it came
Yeah,
from.
Because I had Charleo, Soldier.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from, and I said I'm gonna put this on the shirt, and started putting it out there, and it was at that time it still wasn't the idea to say, well, I'm gonna do this for this many years.
For sure.
Right,
It's
right.
a quick little hustle. You know,
Right, right, right.
Sell some shirts, but put it out there, and people jump on it and started demanding it. So just grew from there.
But before we go too far, like, so do you remember when you pressed up your first shirt where you was at? Like, was this at your mom's
Yeah,
house
for
or
sure,
in
man.
college or what?
So I was in my bedroom.
Right.
At my mom's house where I grew up, and I ordered some equipment.
How old were you at around this time?
Oh, I was out of school. I was back in Charleston, so maybe like 20 something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But I definitely remember I ordered some equipment. I had a set of shirts to do, but I had an idea to do it and printed it out, man. I remember like I didn't have a table or anything to put it on, so I had it on the boxes.
Right.
And it was so big, like I didn't have no walking room inside the room. So.
Right.
Right.
Just passion, yo.
Yeah, just
all I
passion.
need is my equipment.
And then the heat press in that room.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard as hell.
Yeah.
I definitely, like, you asking me that kind of put me back there.
Take you back right to that spot, because I took a class on it one time, and you had the thing to spin, and you bring it down, and you do the.
So you talking about screen print?
Screen print.
Yeah, that's screen print.
So you started out with what?
No, I had
digital printing.
No, I had a vinyl cutter.
Okay, and then you press it on there.
Yeah.
Right. And did you know about, was there other ways to do it, and that's the way you chose because of what reason?
So at that time, I had already been, like I said, doing little contract jobs.
Right.
As far as so I had the know-how, and I was the in between people who didn't have any knowledge about printing a shirt, and then I could go to printers.
Right.
So I just middleman all the time.
Okay.
So, what they had, going to printers, they had warehouses and such.
Right.
So I couldn't get that, but I was watching something, and this guy had the machine that I bought. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get that."
Right.
Yeah, and that kind of opened it up. So that was like the birth of the vinyl transfers.
Right.
Before like the Cricket now. That's
Okay. Yeah.
Like the Cricket, like they caught on and saw the market.
Okay.
But before, no, you had to get like still bigger stuff. You know what I mean?
And what kind of investment was that at the time? Like how much that machine cost?
It was some thousands.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like made my stomach hurt a little bit.
I know that.
I was about to say you was
going back and forth on it for the longest.
Right.
And then
finally made it happen.
Yeah, and yeah, for sure, man. Just talking to some people. I always have people in my corner who believe in me. And
That's
go
always
ahead.
important, right?
Yeah, just go ahead and get it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So you got it, and now I'm on my second one of those machines, which I use.
So you still
sometimes.
still have the machine, you still use it.
Yeah, but it's used for like different purposes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a sign machine.
Yeah.
It's a sign cutter.
Okay.
So it was the sign machines has been around for the longest. A lot of people call it a plotter.
Okay.
So the new thing was the press on vinyl that you can cut, because you would always just cut like the signs for doors and stuff.
Right.
But then that press on vinyl came out, and you could put that in the same machine.
Right.
And that just changed the game.
Yeah,
Right.
completely.
So with that type of printing style, what's the durability of the shirt? Like with the vinyl printing?
So the vinyl is actually gonna outlast the shirt.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
But it's just like the what the industry calls hand.
Mm-hmm.
That means how much you can feel it.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
They can
you
kind of
ain't
stick
real.
off the shirt. Right.
It don't. Yeah, kind of, but it don't go into the shirt.
Okay.
Into the shirt
Okay.
fibers.
Right.
Gotcha.
And like you're real people who like really knowledgeable about T-shirts and T-shirt fanatics and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the people who keep a T-shirt for like 30 years.
Right,
That's
for
it.
sure.
What? I got a box of T-shirts.
I do the same thing.
So, I mean, that's actually a real profitable market right now.
Okay.
But still, just, you know, you got your people who don't have a desire for vinyl.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, like, I went from vinyl and I kind of like, you know, I know they got embroidery, you know what I'm saying? Because embroidery just make it seem more authentic, you know what I'm saying? Because it stands off the shirt and you can feel it, feels more. So, I mean, you know, is that a big leap from vinyl to embroidery or?
Yeah, it's
cost-wise too.
So that was my second investment, embroidery machines. But again, I was going in between customers and embroidery shops.
Right.
So just doing that, I kind of built up my knowledge about it. Just to the time with and then in going and completing other customers' jobs, I was always doing my own thing a little bit too. You know what I mean? Throwing some of my stuff in, throwing some Charleo beanies, knit hats and such. But it just got to where like, okay, there's too much back and forth. You know, you seeing the profit margin that you're paying.
Yeah.
But just saying that and going in between them, I was learning already. But if you just go to buy an embroidery machine, you're gonna be just kind of lost.
Right. Okay, so is that difficult to
a learning
curve? Right.
I ain't gonna say difficult, but it's just a lot of low intricacies. So
Right. So like the logo, I mean some of the logos you use.
Right.
Special matter of fact, that one right there.
Right.
How did you come up with that logo? How did you come up with the design, even the name and all that? The original Charlie. Well, that makes sense, but.
So we'll touch on all that. So that's another part of the story. So that Charlie, which the script that's in the middle of her shirt, that was the first shirts we did, and then we actually got that from the Nipsey Hussle, the Crenshaw.
Right.
Okay.
Kind of back then when I was kind of formulating and brainstorming, I was I don't know what was out at the time. I ain't gonna say Rap City. But I was seeing something where I was noticing Nipsey Hussle, and I was a fan, still a fan.
Right. And you must have been following for a long time.
Long time.
Yeah, in order to know that
What
way.
he really liked.
Right.
Before like the mainstream success.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then so I was watching, and then like they would always have the shirts on in just different colors.
Right.
And so I don't know when it came about, but when I came out with the name Charleo, that same Coca-Cola seat.
Right.
So I'm gonna just flip it again.
Ooh, good. Yeah.
And
that's all.
And so that's what we started. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so the original, again, and we was talking about when I was thinking about a name in Chucktown, like how everybody ran off with Chucktown. I said no, we the original.
Right.
So that's where it came from.
I like that.
You know.
That's what's up.
I like that.
I was gonna say I love the inspiration behind a lot of the lines because you have several lines within Charleo. What is some of the inspiration like for like how do you stay with the trends as far as like the Martin, kind of logos that you kind of go with? How do you decide when to do what?
So, I mean, all of that for me is my childhood.
Right.
And upbringing. So like a lot of times I have to be conscious because like I am a little older.
Sure.
So like if I want to attract the newer generation,
you gotta tap in.
some of them don't know who Martin is.
Right, yeah.
You know,
which is crazy to think, like how you don't know Martin.
That's real shit.
So I'll put stuff out for us and like people of old Charleston, like
the Chili
Bear.
Chili
Bear. Well, Chili Bear's still around. I don't think Chili Bear's going.
Right. So that's yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the Chili Bear in a long time.
I mean, shit. That's
It's
but you better say it's everything in the hood.
They even sell it in restaurants now.
Right.
So
Okay, I'm going to the
we got
wrong
our own
spot.
Chili Bear dish.
Yeah.
It is some some chili bear shit you got going on?
Yeah. You know, we made a little special drink. You know what I'm saying? A special guest.
Y'all can't see it, but they got a little chili bear ice circle ice. You know what I mean?
Oh, look, we in there. We in there. We got a little wall left.
Yeah, glad you like it for sure. Another question I wanted to ask too, like, when you make decisions like promoting Black History Month, do you ever consider the possible backlash or like isolating some of your consumers? How do you deal with that?
Man, so not really. You know, we want everybody to buy our clothes, but it's kind of like FUBU.
True.
You know what I mean? If you know, you know.
Yeah.
We got a lot of customers, and the crazy thing, so you mentioned that, and for Black History Month this year, I don't know, I was watching something, and I was already aware, but the thing was like, we're not going to do Black History Month. It's Black History always. So the shirt, one of the shirts we did this year is Black History Life.
Yes,
so it
I
has
saw
the same
that.
month. And the crazy thing, like this dude came in, this dude, and he is looking and reading the shirt.
Right.
And I'm like looking like,
Yeah,
he must be about to buy that for somebody.
Right.
You know, he done hold it up for him.
Yeah. Awesome.
And of course I ain't say nothing like that.
Yeah. You said they were watching.
So like, I mean, a lot of the stuff, you know what I mean? Like if you a lover of Charleston, you got low fitness and swag.
Right. You got Charleo. Right.
If you don't come there and you hating.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Because I mean, when I first came to your show, I first came to your shop, man, and I was looking in there. I was like, man, everything was on point. Like all the Charleo merchandise, the quality of the shirts. I mean, the designs. You know, it everything connects to you if you're from Charleston.
Yeah, that's the goal,
Pretty
man.
Right, and you're doing a great job with that, man. And for you to be out this long and sustain it, you doing something right, man.
Yeah, because you know, Charleo celebrated 10 years last year?
No, we actually are like 12 now.
Okay, 12
yeah.
now. Okay. Let's go. We about to toast to
Hey, we gonna toast to that.
We need to go ahead and pop some
pop that bottle of Don Lucci.
Let's go ahead and pop the
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we gonna celebrate, you know what I mean, having, you know, 'cause that's what we about, man. It's like, you know, getting to know everybody, people that we're interested in. The clothing line's been around for
It's a staple in the community at this point. If you ain't got no Charleo, what you do?
Okay,
You know,
don't talk too much. Don't talk too much.
You should have
I'm coming to the store to get my birthday. Okay.
Right.
And then if they told me I would have brought it for you.
Man, it's all good, though. It's all good, man. You know
I
what I'm
wanted
saying?
to say,
Just connecting with you, because there's other stuff we can do, like, you know, a brand with, you know, our brand or something, we can work with you or something like that.
Yeah, that's what.
So I'm definitely gonna connect you on that
Yeah.
and try to come up with something that you can
Let's
do
do
for
it,
us.
man.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, dog.
Let's do
That's
it.
why this right here is
All
just so
right.
big. All right, that's fast. You're on a bartender.
listen.
So,
But can I reach
Go ahead,
up about
go
one of the lines first? Yo, I love what you did with the bottles. Yak, bumpy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
hard,
Like,
yeah.
he really took the Charleston slang.
hard,
Like,
man.
that's one of the things I love about the Charleo brand. Like, you represent the Chuck from beginning to end, and your thought process and the thought that you put into it. Like, that was super dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
because there's a lot of brands that you see that come up and go down, especially locally and stuff like that. It's like a, you know, but you went through all that, then you opened up the store, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
because did you
saying?
start in a kiosk?
Yeah,
Or
you had a
did you
booth or
start in
something?
your truck? Where did
Yeah,
Charleo
let's go
start
through that.
before you actually had the shop?
Yeah, what's your progression?
The first thing that we did was Geechee One, and like
I remember.
I
Okay.
think 2013. So I think that's kind of where I marked the start at.
Okay.
And that was like the first time of like assembling it and putting it out to the public.
You mean like get you one as far as
The
like I'm
awards.
doing the awards, right?
Yeah, so we actually had a vendor's booth, like
Oh,
a table.
at that,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
That's what's up.
You know, that's crazy. You might have been in the same room. Cause
Yeah,
we went to
for
the Get You
sure.
One Awards with Down Bottom with Moon one time. Like, I think they only had like 2 or 3 of them, right?
They had a good bit of them.
Okay. But that's what's up, man. Continue the story.
And I was thinking, you was in there interviewing?
No,
he wasn't
ain't there
open at that
yet.
I was a guy in there
interviewing stuff.
Interviews.
Yeah, I ain't been there
like,
yet.
man, that's you.
Yeah,
That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
That would have been super crazy, man.
So after that,
I was standing behind him.
okay.
I was going to the bathroom. I walked behind him.
You've been in the same building, like you said.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And then after that,
Thank you.
what I did is started doing consignment in stores, shops, barber shops around Charleston.
Okay, yeah, because you know the
Man, you so
barbershop.
innovative, man.
Yeah, so that's
True hustle.
some free game.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's all actually inside this book. You
Okay.
know?
Okay, let's talk about the book.
Yeah, we can move right on to that, man. What's up with that? What's going on with the
So
book?
this is my book entitled The Clothing Brand Hustle. The
Yeah, hold
Blueprint.
up to the camera real quick. So
And that's actually what it is. It's a blueprint to all the aspiring apparel
hard.
entrepreneurs.
Right.
I love it. I mean,
Right.
I love that.
I love that
I
too.
love that.
You know, sometimes we gatekeep as a community and we hold tight because we scared of the competition.
It's enough room for everybody.
It's enough
And that's
room
the
for
opposite of
everybody.
that shit right
you have
there.
more
That's
copies?
like, yo.
I do.
Okay.
Tell them where they can find your book.
So, we got the physical copies in the store. You
Okay.
can shop by the original Charleo company in Northwoods Mall. Amazon, you can look it up. Just type my name in, Jerron Holmes, or the not the blueprint. All type of stuff will come up.
Of
Right.
course.
But you will find it.
And then clothingbrandhustle.com.
Right.
And then at Clothing Brand Hustle on IG and Facebook.
So when did you release the book and how long were you working on the book? How did you come up with the idea to do the book?
So, as you may imagine, man, just being in there, or not even being in the store, so many people come and ask, how. And if I got the time, I'll always talk, but it's just too much to do in like one setting.
Right.
It's too much information to retain from the person who's listening.
True.
So it's like, let me put it on where you can follow at your own pace.
Right.
Flip back a couple pages.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it. You got the book.
And then it's only like 90 pages, you know what I mean?
And that's what's good about it. It's like directed to
Right.
the point, the blueprint.
And so it goes the same method that we talked about. Well, not doing vinyl,
Right.
but I always preached buying your own heat press because it cuts out. You want to cut out
The middleman.
that, and then you want to be more in control of your
Exactly.
product.
Right.
And so again, it's kind of too much to go through, but like right here, but it just helps to be able to print on demand.
Right.
Of course.
Then you can put a site up.
Right.
You don't have to have everything that you have on the site
Right.
on the shelf.
Right.
Right.
You can make it as
You
the
can make it
order
as it
comes
goes.
in.
Right.
And that's been like the main secret to me
Right.
being in operation.
And that's an inventory secret right there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like even jobs I work at and stuff like that. Is you want it to come in and go out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want
Right,
to have
yeah,
to have
you don't
nothing
have
sitting
to
on the
sit.
shelf because that's
Right.
inventory that's sitting there and costing you
Yeah,
money.
and for the average person to have all those shirts on the shelf,
Right.
Yeah.
it's gonna kill you off top.
Right.
And you didn't do no marketing and such. Like that'll stop some people
Right.
just like that. You know.
Right,
So,
right.
But it's a learning thing.
Right.
You have to learn that.
well, you ain't gotta learn because I'm telling you.
You
ain't gotta do all
Look, I'm
that.
speaking for
Yeah.
myself. I'm
Right.
speaking for myself.
Well,
I had to learn it.
Right.
Yeah, so I had to learn that real
Well,
quick.
yeah, but I mean mistakes, or not mistakes, but that's part of it. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing I didn't have to learn is, like you say, controlling every aspect of putting out your product, putting out whatever you're doing. That's one of the things I try to do with the podcast is I edit everything myself. I don't want to send it to nobody. I don't want
Yeah,
to wait
man.
on it.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay for it. The
Right.
more, the more
You gotta
you
wait on
exactly, right. And waiting on
Right,
people takes away your control of you
Right.
producing something for
Yeah,
somebody.
man.
And then
You
you
know?
do have the equipment in the back of the store, right? So you can just produce
Yeah,
as
so
you want to.
That's what you do. You say, right?
That's why I think between the floor and website, we might have a catalog of maybe like 300 products, 300 SKUs,
Right.
over 12 years because we rarely retire anything.
Right. You
We
stick with
think
the
we
formula.
always, like dropping classics. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. That's smart.
90% of our customers are brand new customers.
Right.
So they never seen, so they got to see all the stuff, you know.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so being able to go in the back when we take our inventory weekly, we only kind of replacing if we sold an extra large and a large
Damn, that's
shirt,
hard, man.
then we
Right.
putting it back that week. Because we trying to have every size.
Exactly.
That's right.
Right.
But so we don't have to go, because if you go to a printer, your minimum probably going to be 12 pieces.
Right.
Sure.
And you're going to pay top dollar for that. And you're going to wait
Exactly.
like 2 weeks.
Right,
Yep.
right.
And
You
the
can't
only
do nothing
reason
like
I
that.
said that too is because you cutting out all the shipping
Yep,
and
the
having a
middleman.
receipt.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
like you
That's
doing it
what's
right
up.
there.
That
It's
shit ain't made
already
in
in the
USA. That
store.
shit made in Charleston.
Charleston,
South
right.
Carolina.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is awesome, man. And that's really inspiring,
Right.
man. Because people want to know how can you know, keep a business like that going.
The longevity
The
of
longevity
it
of
is
it.
impressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, you know how that go.
Right,
Ups and
yeah,
downs, you
yeah,
gotta
ups and downs,
stick-
man. They've been
stick
there.
with it. you know?
Yeah.
And I can tell you a person, you ride around, you just get inspiration from everything.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
Right.
a lot of it, like a lot of ideas, like you mentioned, the bumpy and yak. I probably been sitting on that for like maybe like 8 years.
Mhm.
What?
So I keep me a little stash.
Right,
Right,
And,
right.
like, you know, the times when the time comes and it all comes
Makes
together.
sense.
You know, some things work on it. It ain't quite right, so I'll
Right.
close it and save it.
Right.
Pull it back up later.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
You know, it might just hit right. You know,
Right,
at the
right,
end.
Right.
You know, so that's, you know, that's pretty much how that process goes.
And the design for the store, because I think the store
It was a
itself
dream, man.
is
Thank you.
amazing. It attracts you even if you don't know nothing
Right,
about
if you just walking
Charleo.
past.
Yeah, if you just walking past, how did you come up with the design for the store and the car in the middle? I mean, it go hard.
I don't know. I think I wanted to make like a real life cartoon or something.
Right. You don't know you come up and you did it, right?
Action is always the thing.
Yeah.
You gotta catch everybody
Yeah,
out.
And then like again, it didn't. I look back at some pictures from opening day,
Mm-hmm.
which was
Yeah, when was that?
April 1st. So it's just been like 9 years.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Oh, let's toast to that.
You gotta do something for your 10th year.
Yeah,
Well,
you
in the
did.
store, but the
Uh-huh.
brand, we had the brand a little bit. So remember,
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah.
brand is 12 years. The store, that
10
store
years.
location.
Right.
So that's
Nine.
what I saw.
Yeah.
We were celebrating
Okay.
10 years.
Um,
Okay.
So no, it looked real barren. That like those first pics. 'Cause it was just,
You get it together.
Hey.
That's how the studio I love.
yeah.
You know, you putting the pieces in there,
Just
and it's
add,
coming
you know,
together, right?
yeah.
When you walk in there, you like, man, I need to put something there
Yeah.
or
And that's
something.
what happened.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. We got a lot in common, man, in a sense.
Well, no, that's when I asked you. Well, no, I ain't going. Like,
No, you can talk.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
you could
Yeah, just talk.
you
Yeah.
real genuine when you came in, like, and you was really scoping stuff out, man. And that's hard. And I can see now why, because
Right.
you really pay attention to little things and that's what make you so successful at what you do.
Well, yeah. For people who ain't really like in on
Yeah.
video production and type of stuff, like
Yeah.
he got a set in here that we sitting in. That's why it looked like this.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
So this is built, you know.
Yeah.
Brick by brick.
Yeah, so I don't try to hide it. A lot of times I take pictures to show, because I want people to know that it don't take much, man. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta really want to do it and be passionate about
Right.
it. And I mean, for you to, at 5 years old, I know you didn't plan it, but you saw it always was in you to, design, drawing. You always had the talent, and to to progress. And with the Charleo brand, and you ever think about like going downtown or anything?
Well,
and
yeah,
getting
he already
into the-
down there. I was about to ask
Well,
you about the
because that's a
mobile
tourist,
truck.
like moving into the tourist type.
Yeah, he has a mobile
I was gonna
truck.
ask that too. Do
All right, well,
tourists
let's go.
come to you? Because
Right.
a lot of people
He
live
has a
here.
mobile
Right.
truck. That's what I was about to get into.
Well, let's
It's
go
a
to the mobile
mobile
truck
truck.
then.
Yeah, he be
Excuse me,
everywhere.
go to the mobile truck.
What's up with the mobile truck?
That's what's up.
We'll touch on all that. So I think the vision, long-term vision, is to make the original Charleo tee, like the one you have or the map, like
I love the map.
must-have tee if you visit Charleston.
There you go.
It's already there.
So that's what we trying to do. So we actually carried at the College of Charleston store.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yes.
We've been at another store. We've been carried in a couple stores downtown.
That's
Right.
what's up. I
As
love
far
that.
as actually going down there ourselves, we kind of touching on it, but that's a big move.
Right.
Just logistically, a lot
Yeah,
of
it
stuff.
is. Yeah.
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 You know,
So-
But the mobile truck itself.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
So we've been, the idea was to be able to take our brand to people who don't come to the mall.
Because a lot of people don't.
Right.
Don't.
Be
Never come to the
surprised.
mall.
Yeah.
And so the whole idea was to do it in that same type of fashion, and the same fashion and the same unique presentation that the store is.
Right.
So, you know, if you open the door, it's a mobile boutique. You can walk in.
Oh, it's nice.
And it looks pretty much like the store.
That's hard, man.
Yeah.
So you come to the
love
customers.
that.
Customers don't have to come to
So
you.
we do, you know, as much as we can. Moja, Juneteenth.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw you collaborate
That's
with
what's
Woo
up.
Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Shout out to
we've been there
Woo
a couple
Wednesdays.
times.
Yeah, that's
always-
awesome.
So that's what the mobile truck is, so you can go to different events and post up
Yeah.
and,
I
and
never
offer
been to
that.
Blue Wednesdays.
Bring
And,
that.
We gonna go, Frank.
Yeah, we need to.
We gonna go.
And,
We want to go when Charleo going.
Yeah, we would.
Right.
We supposed to make it last time for his shout out David for his
Yeah.
3-year anniversary, I believe.
Yes, they did just
Man,
yeah.
that Paulin had me man down.
Okay, all of
That
us.
probably
It ain't playing.
Yeah.
There is no playing no games.
But I think that would have been maybe the 4th time. So we'll be sure to be back down there.
Yeah.
We like to go when we got fresh inventory.
True, true.
So right now we kind of switching over to spring and that transition. So
Right.
just look out, we'll be back down there.
That's what's the challenges in trying to get into this industry? And like I know you're saying owning, doing everything yourself is one of the things that you overcome a challenge. But like as far as getting your how far have your brand reached out so far?
And we shipped all over the world.
Right.
Yep.
Especially with the what is it? APO.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the military.
That's the
personnel.
military. Yeah.
So,
That's
With the
yeah.
help of them, you know, it's
Right.
been all over.
Okay.
Beautiful.
That's
And then I wanted to get into the app. Me, Charleo. Go ahead and let them boy know. I mean, you doing your big one.
So it's again just doing custom designs for all the custom.
Cause you can make your own
Shoes.
designs with
Yeah.
Charleo on it on the
Right.
app.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so what we used to do is do it by hand, the mock-up, and say, well, this is how it might look.
Mhm.
But now the app allows you can go
To actually give them a clear how
or
it's
you
gonna
can
look.
go in there and design it yourself
Oh,
and
damn,
then
that's
hit
hard.
place to order.
Okay, I like
So that was the
exclusive.
first one. Now we got My Charleo 2.0.
What?
This is kind of dragging our feet on a little bit, but we added a couple more products.
Okay.
A hat, the varsity tee, that's the one that says 843. So
Right.
we
Right.
just kind of put a collection of our most popular products
Right,
and then
right.
gave consumers, you know, the ability to customize them themselves and place the
So,
order.
and that's actually the trend that everything's going into now. You can
Yeah,
do
man,
yourself
because you
design.
know the shoe colors are like crazy
Right,
now.
right.
Yeah,
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 you can't keep
yeah,
up
It's
with
all
that.
over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's
I
what we
don't
do.
try to keep up with that, man.
Yeah,
You don't try to get
You
it.
have a headache.
Right. And
I
you
try to
can't.
work a little.
You
deal
lose
with
yourself if you try to
Right,
keep
you
up with
will.
that.
Yeah, I try to work a little deal with them at Foot Locker and say, hey, let me hold this. Let me hold
Oh
this.
shit.
You know they $2 down.
Yeah.
That's
So
what's
y'all
up.
boys do shit like that
That's
tomorrow?
what's up.
We ain't work it out yet.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all boy heard what he said.
All right,
Hey.
you better get on it.
Show a brother some love.
Yeah, man. for
Right.
That's hard because it makes sense. Y'all $2 down.
Yeah.
I'm advertising your shoe advertising my product.
sure. Yeah,
Right.
So you hold this for a second.
Right,
Just for
right.
a second.
It ain't gonna be 2 seconds. It can sit in there. It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You know, but
we talking about
well,
Foot Locker now. Yeah.
corporate places are
Like they got
little bit
limitations in
different.
what they
Right.
can do.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
That I ran into that when because the same way I approach the barbershops and stuff, believe me, I'll walk in there and ask the manager.
Right,
hey,
right.
You know, all they can do is tell me no.
No.
Right.
Right.
I always tell people, all you
So-
can
And my
hear
brother
is a
tell
no.
me
Don't
too.
be scared of it.
I be
no.
scared of it, no.
No, you can't be scared.
I'm
Be scared of it. No.
scared
Okay,
of it,
it's no today.
But half the
And
time-
tomorrow
It
you
don't
will come
make
looking
sense,
for me.
but
No,
You
but
know,
half the
somebody
time they want to
gonna
work
say,
with
yeah,
you.
you
Yeah,
ask
half
Right,
the time they
right,
want to
right,
work
right,
with you.
right.
So you can't be
that's
like that.
With places like I guess like Jimmy Jazz and other places.
Right.
Yeah.
See, Jimmy Jazz seems like they might be more acceptable.
It's a little bit more
Right.
like they're regional,
Right.
Yeah.
but it's still like you gotta.
It's still, still red tape.
It's not really like when you could just do this one store. They buy
Right.
it for like stores. and
Stores.
everything, so,
Gotcha.
you know, running in and stuff like
It's a
that.
little more complicated than
Yeah.
that. That's all right.
But you
though.
tapping into everything that you can tap into
Yeah.
to
I'm
further
trying.
your brand,
Yeah.
man.
I know that's right.
And you remind me of, from what I know of Nipsey Hussle. I remember he said he was somewhere one time and he saw a guy doing something on the app and he could tell the app wasn't out yet. How
Oh,
you-
yeah.
Right. He said
Yeah.
he could tell the app wasn't out yet. And that's how he did his brand where you can scan it.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
you know what I'm
study
saying?
him, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I know you know that.
Nah, I
tell.
see it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I study him for sure.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because a little time I was following with him, he really been an innovative dude that was thinking on the spot. He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was.
You know, and that's
It
what
hurt
you at.
everybody.
That's where you're at.
Nah, I
man.
appreciate it, man.
Nah, I see a lot of that in you. And both of y'all were tall as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
We all shorties, so you all like.
Hey, he came in here, I thought you were going to talk
Well, I already knew. I already told him, like, that's family right there.
You better dunk on me, man.
Okay, but everybody taller than us.
You ain't play basketball, did you?
No, not too much.
Nah,
Oh, it be the tallest one.
You still ball?
I ain't never ball. I used to wrestle. I said get dunked on. Not dunked on.
Nah, I play a little bit.
But, I mean, come on.
You got to, man.
You know the coach has been coming up to you all the time, man. You can play ball. I know that go.
Heard it so much over the years.
I know you have.
Yeah.
I know you have.
Yeah,
I did
but-
want to ask you a little bit about how you decided to transition into the Met.
So again, it's just kind of using the same knowledge and equipment.
For the people that don't know, what is the
So
Met?
the Met
What have you
is,
done with that?
It's during my time in Colombia.
Okay, I was like, Met Columbia
so they
now.
call
Right.
it Colombia, the Met.
Right.
Look, that's the only thing I know.
They don't know. Let them boy know.
I know.
So we put the same thing on a shirt. We started, me and one of my partners, he's the one who kept hitting me like, man, come on, man, come on. And so
That's hard.
Yeah, when I got some time, like I said, man, the equipment and stuff was there.
Right.
It's just kind of putting a couple hours into it and getting it going. And then going up, walking in stores up there.
Right.
Kind of identifying which stores got motion.
Yeah,
as
doing
far as
research.
traffic.
Right.
Then going up to them, hey man, let me put some shirts in here. It ain't gonna cost you nothing.
Right.
Just some shelf space. If they sell, then you give me mine and I'll refill you and we can just keep doing this.
Man, so when you ask the Met, you're not talking about actually opening a store in the Met. You're talking about doing a brand.
He has a clothing line
Right.
called The Met.
Yeah.
Just like we got
that's
Charleo.
hard.
He got The Met.
Yeah,
Let them boy know where they can find the gear from.
Right, because I was confused, man.
Yeah, he didn't know. That boy
It's
knew.
also it's actually called Metro Made Clothing Company.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah,
And,
proud of you.
We still carry that Esquire on Park Lane Road. That's one of the places that we started at, and it's been like I don't even much know how many years we've been in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go out there for all the people in Colombia,
Man, that's hard, dog.
and
That's
it's the
innovative.
same thing. Like people are prideful of where they from.
Where they from? It's like college teams
Yeah.
and
Yeah, so it's just that and just sprinkling it with a little bit of swag. So
right.
you know, you can get fresh with
Because
it.
you swaggy anyway.
Yeah.
The boy got the shades, the boy got the hat, the socks.
Right, y'all know what it takes
Yeah.
to represent. Right.
We try.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love
You
it.
keep saying we, like so.
Who is we?
Yeah, who's we?
Because we
You by yourself.
Charleo.
You by yourself.
It's a team. It's a
All right,
team,
it's always a team.
Okay.
But
always.
then still like, I don't know, man. Like I follow business people. Like even since I was younger, I just kind of always looked at how they move. And I don't know, this one guy, I ain't gonna say his name. I used to work for him, but he just always said we. I listen to how he answered the phone. I answer the phone the same way. People be tripping.
Because you know what?
So you say
we sound like, okay, I like
hard.
it. We.
Because it's kind of like a humbling thing. It's kind of like there's something about it. And you know what? Another thing that
That's
does
what we gotta
is
start saying, okay? It's
right.
me.
But another thing what that does is it when you say that, it makes it feel like there's something behind.
That's what I'm saying.
movement.
Yeah, it makes it sound more. I love that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
tea.
But we got a team, you know,
Right.
team of people actually, you know, but still. Yeah.
And when you split yourself up like that, doing all that, it is a we. You got all
yeah.
this, you know, you doing 10
You
nigga jobs.
multiple people.
Right.
You can look at it and know.
Dog, that makes sense, dog. Like, yo, I'm doing, it's we.
Right, it's what?
We.
Because other than that, you said I.
Right, and that's all
That's
too much.
selfish, you know,
Yeah.
so.
Right.
That's
right,
crazy.
right.
Man, that's hard. That little simple thing help you deal with people
Right.
better. And for them to bring people in. Little simple things like saying we instead of I. it makes you seem like you got something, you know, you not make it seem like, but it's not an individual thing. Like it's a smart tactic.
Yeah, appreciate
You know what I'm
it.
saying? And
But he's saying it's real though. He really
Right,
got
no,
a weed,
I'm a-
but we could use them.
Yeah. I mean,
We got a weed, but we gonna have a bigger weed.
And the thing I like,
like strong
we're going
weed.
back to the book real quick. The thing I like about your book is
Yes.
the fact that it is short.
Hold it
Yeah,
up
it's
one more
straight
time.
to the
Hold
point.
it up. Let them
It's
know.
straight to the
No,
point.
people don't like to read no more, so it's got
Well,
to
look,
be.
it's
It's got to be
use
short.
that.
No, in 2000.
You got it on
in
audio? You got it on audio?
Yeah, I've been listening to it.
You got it on audio yet? Because we need that up out you, my dog.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but in 2025, people's attention span is just not.
It is
good.
short.
That's what I'm saying.
You got like 2 seconds to catch somebody, man.
But I mean, if you want to do something, man, if you want to do something,
Right.
you're serious about doing something.
You gonna
gotta
take your
put-
time.
You gotta
Right.
put some work in.
Work.
You gotta put work. You gotta take losses.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm saying? Because I can tell you did all that, man. Because you know, in order for you to have this longevity in the clothing line, you just not mention FUBU. I mean, FUBU was the biggest thing at one
But
point.
guess what? They
and
trying
now
to
we
come
don't
back.
know what
They
the
coming
fuck.
back.
They coming back.
Are they coming back under a black umbrella, or are they coming back under a white umbrella?
Hey, you never know. Yeah, that is something.
That's what happened, right?
I
That
think
is
it was
FUBU, right?
sold
They
a
bought them
long
out,
time
right?
ago. Yeah.
You think they were
Yeah.
sold a long time
They
ago?
were.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he got all that money from
Right.
Shark Tank and stuff.
Right.
Oh.
So is that something that you would entertain later on, or would? Because come in,
Man, come on, man. Tell us the truth, dog.
Right,
We don't want to.
Because
don't
that's
share
the,
the man cry
if
now.
the come with the right check, if the check right, because you can always do that and take that and do something else.
Tell
I
us
was
the
It
truth.
don't stop your creative process,
I
but
would
it do
probably
take your
do
baby
it,
away from you. It do take your baby away from you.
I don't know, man.
That's like your
I'd
child,
probably do a
son.
licensing deal.
Right.
Okay.
Something where you can still be involved
Yeah.
and have say so.
Because we own the trademarks
Right.
for Charleo and the circle and everything, so we can do some licensing.
That's hard. So what does that mean when you say you own the trademark of the?
Yeah, tell the
what do you
people who
own?
don't know. What does
So
that mean?
intellectual property, we cover that in the book. That's
Right.
Copyrights, trademarks, and patents.
Mm.
And I always say you don't put no work into anything until you have it protected.
Right.
It's the same way you out there popularizing it,
Right.
then
Somebody can
you
take
got
it.
vultures looking
Right.
for the next best thing.
My coach
Right.
tell me that all the time.
Yeah,
And
for the
listen.
next best thing, and like I remember that song, which is a good analogy. That song, what a dude who used to sing, we like the cha-cha, and then
Cha-cha
Drake had come and did
Oh,
the
okay.
song. See, you probably don't even know.
You talking
what
about
I'm
songs? Right. You talking about songs that somebody else took and remake it.
No,
And then,
it was around the same time.
Right.
The
Dang.
dude, he was doing the song.
The cha-cha slide.
No,
No.
I like the cha-cha.
I like the
See,
chat.
you don't even know. 'Cause
Come
y'all-
on, man. You an actor. Go ahead and tell her how the
Pull
show
it up on your phone.
I like
Pull it
the
up on your
cha-cha.
phone.
Yeah, you kind of singing it.
Right.
Because, I mean, it sounded a little
Like the
Latino.
cha-cha.
I like the
Yeah, and
cha-cha.
then-
So what
It's a
happened? What's the
black
story behind it?
Oh, it's a
What's-
black
what's
dude.
the
But
story
tell us
behind
the story. What happened?
And then Drake heard it. And
Right.
did his song.
Damn.
And then like that dude, you don't.
It's
you
completely
don't know him.
irrelevant.
You know who else do
You know
that?
him.
Master P do that. and ain't nothing wrong with it.
Allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to say that because I
If you
don't know.
watch how Master P move, it's a great business idea because the motherfucker's successful as a bitch.
Very
You know what I'm saying?
successful.
But what he does is he see other brands and he just market it different. But like Fruit Loops, and he got what he got? Hootie Hoo Loops.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I see what you're
You
saying.
know,
But
yeah,
it's not
ramen
the
noodles.
exact same.
It's
Wait,
not-
that's
he
what
just-
he's saying.
he
He's
just-
not taking the actual trademark,
Yeah.
but he's inspired.
Like Ice Cream Man, that ain't his song. But
Right.
the Loonies did that. What's
Right,
the Loonies?
right.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah.
And he redid it, and it's better now. You know the Ice Cream Man from him.
So yeah, you right. But
Actually-
so the only reason we talking about music like that right now is because I was just kind of trying to
Do
put
the
up
reference,
the power
right.
of the machine. These big machines.
Yeah.
They'll take something from you.
Take your thing, and then
Mhm.
you gonna look like nobody, and you not gonna
Right.
be compensated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless you got the trademark.
Right,
and
right.
such.
Unless you got your legal
Yeah,
shit.
so that's why I'm saying like before you put any work into anything, then you will make sure you got it.
Man, that's awesome
protected.
too because how much black people were getting robbed of
Yeah, for
music,
All the
of
time.
all our talents. I mean, everything that we've done, you know, that we've been robbed for years, man, until we've come to the point where we know we learn the legal side of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like you already came out of the gate like that, so you know what it is.
Yeah. So I've been playing with like patents and stuff for a long time. So it's just like, and
I claim my
you gotta
shit.
keep people around you that highlights your weaknesses.
I claim
You know
mine.
what I'm saying? Something, if you fall short, if you know you're not good at something, and you get around somebody that's good at it, and just recognize that your faults, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what. And one of the things I wanted to ask is like, so you got the Gerald's, like Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Is that a collab or? So is it? So where is it?
That's what I mean.
So how do you? Because that's Gerald's the brand, right?
right.
So how do you maneuver around the legal part of using too much?
So it's knowing about IP again and trademark.
Right.
So
And what you can do and what you can't.
yeah, so they don't have. So for one, it don't say ties and brakes.
Right. That's what I was talking to Moon.
Yeah,
Who
so
said
don't
show
say
up, and that's what he was
Gerald's
saying. It's not direct.
And it's a tribute to them. Like
It is.
Yeah,
It
you would
is.
be mad about that.
envelopes. I got my glove compartment.
Right,
for
right.
getting,
Right.
alignment.
Yeah, but
and
motherfuckers will see that shit and be a tribute and jump in there and get my
right.
cut.
Yeah, you right. You right about that.
I don't think jails would do that,
You
but
right about that.
But I think what you're saying is you particular about the design.
You know what you can- you know
throw it
that's
off
intentional.
just enough.
That's intentional.
yeah, because jail was just Charleston. That's
yeah,
another
yeah, like
iconic spot.
yeah. So that
They only here.
That one we use the businesses with strong colorways. So we
Right.
got the parks with the
Right.
yellow and blue.
Yeah.
But it don't say auto parts. It just
Right,
say parts.
right.
Dashes.
Dashers! Yes, God!
Crazy.
That's my chicken.
Yeah.
And then
I was gonna say
you
I need to do a
also...
Walmart.
No, but he even got the cow, the milk.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
everybody know
grew up-
about Coburn.
Man, if you like, I'm gonna be riding around. Like, man, I need to call him up. Hey, yo, man, I think you need to
I just saw another one.
yeah, this shit iconic, you know what I mean? And
No man, so a lot of we do take customer suggestions.
Man, that's
and
what's up.
like a lot of products.
Yeah.
That
Come
came
from
out.
that.
Like the fans, the clapping fans.
Oh,
Right, you
yeah.
talking
When
about
I
that?
saw y'all had that,
Yeah, we got
boy,
two
listen.
that's hard.
Still ain't
See,
been
you
right
jumped
first.
on it quick.
Yeah,
Because that's a popular thing right now.
And it just popped off. So you like, you live this shit.
Yeah,
So
that's
on
that's
the
what's
way.
up.
We ain't got them in hand yet, but they'll be here soon.
I
I
saw
know
you
that's right. We
advertising
need
a little
one.
bit.
Trail
Yeah.
ride season. That's what it
Yep.
is. Like trail ride.
Trail ride, man.
And you know we
just
just-
premiere a show right before
Yes,
you
we
came
gotta
over.
get one.
Tonight we
Uh,
premiered a show with Queen So Fly. She's
Queen So
one of the
Fly,
dance
right.
creators for all
dropped
of the
it at
Southern
7 o'clock
Soul
tonight.
music.
And that's what's up.
So, yo, we gonna gift her with a Charleo
Yeah,
fan.
yeah,
Make sure
yeah.
she's
Yeah.
representing. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's we
Go ahead
gonna
and plug that.
I got
right.
you.
Yeah,
we
we
gonna
need
we,
one.
man, we gonna tie all this
Yeah.
stuff together.
Yes.
Everybody we meet, because everybody that comes in and do the show, man, it's Charleston. The vibe is good. You know, even with you kept it going with the mix and how we doing things. And we just want to be that glue
Yeah, man.
and try to tie all that together,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man.
We're not on the map like we supposed to be.
You right about that.
It's so
man.
much talent.
It's so
Everybody sleep on everybody.
I don't know, man.
Like even the Charlie
No,
clothing
speak to it
brand.
though. Tell the truth.
No, I'm listening. To
Your clothing brand is iconic, dog.
It really is.
I don't know what it's
Look at
doing,
you
but
now.
it
Look at you now.
it can go to China,
Look
dog.
at you.
And you say you already doing something.
Listen,
Like, that shit there, something.
I
Right.
think so. You mentioning, I don't know, man. I think Charleston is just a slower market.
It
as far
is.
as-
It is.
Tattoos, gambling, all
Yeah,
that.
because
All that
like,
shit elite.
like you mentioned, we was talking about something in Cali, and like, it's 1,000 Charleos in Cali, and everybody is successful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I know. I guess it's the population.
Right.
Made that much more.
That's what
people
it
that's
is.
open-minded.
That's
Like
what
I
it
don't
is.
I don't know.
We're a small city, man.
Yeah. So
It's
Yeah.
hard to get out of here.
yeah, and
You know what I'm saying?
But it's growing.
like a
it's
place like
growing.
And I
We
think
are
through
growing.
us connecting with each other in the ways that we're starting to now, you know, because I mean,
feel
North
like it's
Charleston
time.
didn't always go to Mount Pleasant,
Right,
didn't always
right,
go
right.
to West Ashley. They definitely ain't coming out
Right.
here to the creek in Lansing.
Right.
So now I think access and people are growing. I think we definitely gonna build it bigger. One of the things we always talk about with a lot of our guests, and we've had a guest on here previously that is actually an entertainment lawyer. and
Right.
She actually, you know, does the whole
All the legal
PR
side
and
of
the
it.
legal side
Right,
and everything. And one of the things that she pointed out was that, you know, in order for us to put Charleston on the map, like Texas blew up, like Louisiana blew up. You know, ain't nobody know Louisiana, and all of a sudden certain
Damn.
people come out and it's like, oh.
And they all had to turn.
And people are looking for artists from that area. And one of the
Right.
things she said is that we're gonna have to all collectively back something
yeah,
or
something.
someone
Right.
for them to start looking at talent. Do you agree?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I've heard heard that was the secret for other places.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we all gonna get behind. So I'm kind of aware of it. I don't know.
I feel like we can all push each other.
We can.
We can all support each other.
When
You know
it
what I'm
comes to a
saying?
thing, do everybody want to work together?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
but you have to see Charles, that's what I think the problem is.
you have to see the vision.
You have to see the bigger
Big-
goal.
That's true. But
Working
we see
together.
Because
we-
listen,
right,
once
and that's what
Charleo
we're trying
blow
to do.
up, then Charleo can bring YWMO. He can
Right,
bring this.
right,
He can
right.
bring that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and
Somebody
that's-
got to open the
and that's
door.
how.
Or vice versa. Y'all.
I
I mean, I was an
Yeah,
example, but for
yeah.
sure.
Man, you know, I appreciate you coming through, man, because you're iconic, man.
I mean, the show ain't
That's
Charleston
it.
without Charleo.
Charleo,
How we gonna
right? The
say?
clothing line that's been around for 10, 15 years.
And listen,
And it's
yeah.
still around. It's getting bigger every day. Bro.
My father has lived outside of Charleston for at least the last 40 years, and he loved Charleo. I got to send him a new shirt
Right.
every quarter,
Right.
so he can rock
That's
his
what's up,
Charleo.
man.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
will
Right.
make sure to keep
Right,
supplying
right.
them. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
make sure we
People
stay
love
fresh.
it, like you said.
And actually doing this show with you, I'm not worried about Charlie going nowhere. I can see how passionate you are.
Yes.
For the people who wonder, like, being an entrepreneur, we know there's a lot of ups and downs, but this
Very.
man is a family man. You know what I'm saying? He got other stuff going on. How do you balance
balance all that? Good question.
the work, family, personal life with so much longevity?
My wife stay mad at me.
I wish I could have given you like the
Right.
good answer,
Yeah.
but I mean, you just gotta figure out a way.
But I can imagine there's been some days where you have full support and some days, there it's like, can you be here at this time? But it sounds
Are
like
you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
yeah, you got a whole family out here in
Well,
the street.
I know.
I'm telling you, I said
I
you
can tell
got
when
a
he was
family.
talking that he married.
No.
I wanted to make. I just wanted to lock it in.
Married, he has
Married, 2
children.
kids.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
kids. And you got a daughter in college. So
Yes,
like it
beautiful.
really having to balance all that
Somebody
and
got
be
her, right? She
Mr.
knows.
Charlie
I mean,
O.
that's
She knows.
That's family. We was not trying to tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
Having a family and trying to be Mr. Charlie O and get your family on board to help. How has that been for those who?
So it definitely. I don't know. I guess.
I see Carrie
You
out
saw-
here with you now. Come on in.
You saw you in my situation.
No, Carrie be out there
Well,
with
my
his
wife,
daughter, his
my
son.
wife didn't help me on certain stuff,
I'm
but it's not their drive.
only thinking about the beginning. Like,
Right.
why did they back me at first?
At first,
I
right?
don't know.
Yeah.
I
That's beautiful.
guess they saw this was what's happening.
Pre-Charlie. Like,
Definitely.
yeah, they were together
Yeah, yeah,
pre-Charlie.
definitely.
At 4, because you said you started at 5 now.
No, no.
Boy, Charlie started later.
Yeah, you missed the
I
point.
thought you were. I'm about to call on the label law. I'm about to say no.
Playground.
I'm about to say this man.
They've been at the
This man met his wife at 4 and was pressing shirts at 5.
No, man.
Tell us
Nah, I'm
this
fucking with you, man. What's
No.
up? Tell us what it is.
So I only said 5 when I said, what, 30 years?
His
Yeah.
inspiration.
Oh, yeah. You trying to mix them boy. I know what you
My
was doing.
age,
Yeah, we trying to get back there. We trying to still pick you out. How old are you?
I think,
You
We ain't gonna put that.
I'm an all-star. I better be 44 in April.
so you
Right.
got me by 4 months.
Alright. See what I'm
I've been
saying?
trying to sneak
No,
a
no,
little
literally,
to the
right.
end.
No,
Is that
literally,
used to
time be going so fast.
Right.
Sometimes I gotta think, like, damn.
Oh, I didn't say, I be forgetting if I'm about to be 44 or 43.
Yeah.
No, I feel
It's
you.
hot as
I feel you. That's what
shit.
you saying.
Yeah, man.
It's a sauna.
That's what's up, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was
Yeah.
gonna say too, along with the family support, I know you received a ton of community support, the response from the community. How has that made you feel, and how does that keep you going?
So, I think that one of the greatest, like, feelings is for any creator to put something out there.
Yeah.
And get
Come
a
up with-
result with.
Yeah, and then people approve.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Appreciate
mean?
it,
So
yeah.
every time, like, on the designs, like you said, like, and just formulating it for years, like we was talking about, and then when you finally put it out there, then people give you the thumbs up or the purchase.
Right.
That's like the ultimate thumbs
Oh,
up.
yeah. 'cause you can't
Right,
pick that.
right.
Can't pick that.
And like you got people who gonna come by just to support a black person.
Right.
We love them.
Right.
Yeah.
People who gonna come by to support a young younger,
Entrepreneur.
black.
Yeah.
And we love that. But then you got people who like really
like your brand.
love it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So all of that, I mean, all of it is equally
important to you.
Yeah, important and appreciated. You know what I mean?
Right. So you have the store. So how often are you in the store? You always in the store?
Shit, I'm there too much.
Too much.
Like I got a pillow.
Right.
Like, y'all don't
It's either
always
you up
see me.
front or you back. You probably always up
Yeah,
back.
I'm mostly in the back. I got a back door, a little maze
cut.
that come through the mall.
Little maze.
Through the food court,
Right,
bathrooms and such.
Yeah, you gotta avoid people. You know what I'm saying?
No, not.
Not even that, but
have a
yeah.
quick way in and a quick way out to, without being in the store.
Yeah, and then like, so I get there like when the mall ain't even open.
Right.
So like just to know where the mall open at, you can get inside the mall without
So
calling
when you at a
security.
store in the mall, you can go to the mall anytime? In your store?
They know me.
Right.
So like, you're not supposed to, like after hours, you're supposed to have to put in a request.
Right.
Get some paperwork, but nah, the security guards, they real cool.
Right.
They just
Which it
be-
should be. You know,
It's
you
a good
know,
thing
it
about
should be
knowing
good.
people.
Yeah. And being a good person, man.
Yeah, being a good
We don't
person.
cause no problems, you know.
I think too, one of the things that I admire, and I don't know if you have private social pages, because like I said, doing research on you wasn't that easy. But the fact that you do keep Charleo, your brand, your socials, they are exclusively business. You don't see anything personal, Charleo. Is that intentional, and why?
Yeah, I don't think I would have
Sometimes
a
I
social
think that's the
if
best
I
thing.
but you have to have a personal for business. I probably wouldn't even have a business social, but social like it just drives
do it.
commerce.
It drives
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Because I was just sometimes thinking, like FUBU, for example, which we mentioned a couple times.
Right.
So they had to wait. They had 12 opportunities.
All right.
Say if they advertising in the Source magazine.
Right.
12 issues. That's it. So the picture got to be perfect.
Right.
Everything got to be perfect.
Right.
And they got to wait
Right.
the 30 days.
Right. Then you might get skipped over. You never know what the fuck could happen.
And then,
Right.
And then so that's for the people who gonna go buy the magazine.
Right.
$4. You know what I mean? I heard the prices were like crazy, like 40,000 for a page.
Sheesh. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's
all
the
he
Source
had.
magazine.
Yeah,
You gonna get exposure.
But that's all he had. You know what I mean? But
And you
look
reach
what we
out
got.
to you if you FUBU, you black, you got to be in the Source.
Yeah. So I mean, again, that's marketing. So
Right.
The FUBU, they gonna go to the best black magazines that fit their
Right,
market,
right.
but, and all of them. But I'm just saying, I just use that for an example. But we got the opportunity. We can just put that same picture out there whenever we want to.
Right.
You know?
Right, because we can just go to social
Yeah.
media.
And like you
Get it
can
out.
target that person, and it's in their pocket.
True.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True.
So like that's the power of social.
Man, putting out art and getting that feedback to say, hey, your
Yeah.
vision is good.
And it don't cost you.
Don't cost
And
nothing.
you can do it as much as you want.
As much as you want.
And we having fun doing it, and we are meeting some of the most amazing
Beautiful
people,
people.
Right, yeah.
like you,
No, thank
people
you.
who are
Same
really, you know what I'm saying, passionate about what they do. And like I say, to a lot of the people we've interviewed, it's a lot of things you could be doing to affect the community, and for you to like take something and put a positive spin on it. And when people see Charleo, they think Swaggy, they think
Right.
Charleston, they think.
Thank you, man.
You
That's
know
the
what I'm
goal.
saying?
And-
I somebody, man, you be doing the skits.
Yeah.
I want to
Oh,
see
wait,
more
okay.
of them. You done did the Martin skit. You did Friday. You know we
You
try
did
to be a
skits,
part
man?
of one because we
Yeah,
funny
man.
too.
Listen,
I'll
it's
be in the
always-
background.
People ask for them.
Yeah,
You
man.
just gotta be in the right.
Right,
I
right,
gotta
state of
be in the
mind.
right frame of mind
Right.
You know, some of the stress, we gotta have the product secure.
Right. No,
I got
feel
No
you.
breather.
I feel you.
Have
I
a
feel
little
you.
fun.
I feel you.
I feel you.
Other than that, the day to day, man, be like, man. we ain't
Anybody
being
got time
funny
for
there.
that?
We ain't-
Yeah. We bring up a brand, bro. We building a brand.
But honestly, I think
But that's exposure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when you
And
do
it's
it, you
fun.
got your clothing on.
It's
you
always having
promoting.
fun.
Right,
and
you
it's
having fun.
good to see the Charleo
The
being
person.
funny, being
that's-
himself, the person. You know
The
what I'm saying
person.
behind the brand.
People like to see me.
Do you
make
think
a fool of
people-
myself.
Do you
But
think?
people like to laugh.
Because listen, Listen,
And I feel like they attract
he
people.
played Otis on Martin, and that is one of my favorite
I gotta find that
characters.
tonight.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I got you. I already know exactly where it's
You
at.
play Otis off Martin?
Otis.
Was it Halloween or something?
No, it's Charleo. He coming in. Yeah, tell him.
What?
Well, Roscoe.
Oh, to promote the brand, the shirt.
Look, did
Yeah.
Do you have a snot?
Man,
Yeah. And he played all the characters. That's sick.
That's hard because you're
I
promoting
like that.
your Martin brand shirt
Right.
and you're doing a skit play
So
on the
the,
character.
Mine need to pick you
Man,
up.
get the fuck outta here.
All right.
The shirt came after the response from the skit.
Skit.
I don't know
Okay.
why
So
we
why
was
did you
doing
do
the
skit? So it didn't have nothing to do with promoting
So
the brand.
again, like, it's the idea I had in my head.
Right.
And it's just the
It's
right
crazy.
opportunity.
It's
The
in
right
there.
cameraman came and said we could do it.
Right.
I think we was just saying fall coming soon.
Right.
So the whole idea was being inside the store after hours and the security guard
Exactly.
asking when you still
And
doing
then
it.
all that,
Right.
it just
And then it
sparked.
went from there.
I like
So
that.
it's just fall coming
And
soon.
see, that all comes back to you being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it.
But
But
the
the
production
production is all in house.
And that's like you say, powerful as long as you can keep your
Production in house.
as long as you can keep your the drive
Right.
and stay excited about it.
Yeah.
Because you know sometimes it become work.
No,
Right.
for real.
And it did
Be like,
at one
man,
point. I think
How
yeah.
many times you come in here and like walk past us
Right.
and be
dog.
like, man, I ain't looking
Man,
at
dog.
it.
Man, since you say it like that, I'm gonna tell you the real. I went through a whole year where I was walking in here and it bothered me.
That's how it be.
It was like, man, because I know I need to be doing this, but I
Yeah.
didn't feel it.
Man, yeah.
And it had me in a depressive state.
Tossing and turning. Thinking about it at night.
Right. Coming here, I'm like, man, I'm over here sitting down.
Yeah.
Look at my studio over there.
Man, why bullets? You know,
Exactly.
But
Right.
I felt
Right.
like that too.
Yeah, we all have our
Anybody
own
that's passionate
business.
about something,
It's
you gonna go
natural.
through that.
You know, like, so that's the thing. That's like all business people.
Which one?
Yeah.
Anybody
We
who
take
do
hard
anything,
on ourselves.
go up and down, up
Right,
and down.
Right.
You might look at somebody who like already done made it, and you
Right,
think they
right.
don't ever go through that.
Through
But
that,
that's
right.
that's the common
Like you
thing.
need to be coming around.
We all go through that.
Through it.
Alright.
Yeah.
And you only learn that by going through it
And like no telling each other.
and talking to each other.
So
right.
if you tell me you going through it, and I
Right,
tell
right,
you,
that's one of the things
and
that, you
that'll
know-
be like, well, yeah, damn.
Yeah,
so
we through
this
similar
ain't
things.
just me.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean? So, yeah.
right.
And then you realize that it's a part of trying to do shit.
It's part of being, as part of human being
Yeah.
human, you know?
Thank you.
Living this life, man.
Man, yeah, awesome, man. You got anything else you want to say, man?
Nah, so y'all come check us out at the original Charleo Company.
Original.
Northwoods Mall and www.charleofresh.com.
Man.
1,000.
And I appreciate y'all having me.
Man, dog.
Glad to be here,
It's an
man.
awesome
I seen
experience,
some of
bro.
the people who y'all had great.
You watched this a little bit?
Yeah, man.
Just a little razzle dazzle, you know what I'm saying? We get better and
So
better.
I'm happy to be in the, the
Yes.
same place that some of my counterparts and such.
We gonna get you in
have
the wall now.
been.
We'll get you in the
Yeah, we
wall
gotta
now.
get you on the wall.
There's some empty bricks frying.
Let's go ahead and do our closeout so we can get this thing popping.
Yeah, man. Your world, my opinion, man. Y'all saw what it is, man. Y'all see what we trying to do, man.
Exactly.
We about big brands. We about local. We not even local. We about the community and bringing everybody up. Us coming up together. Your world, my opinion. Honey J, T Rich, Charleo,
Charleo.
the original Charleo. We out.
The
Your
one and
world, my
only. We
opinion.
out, baby.
Right. Good job, man.
Yo.
Call them boy down
Hey,
there.
for real, dog. We about to get, hey, call them boy.
Call 'em boy, man.
Charleo, for real.
Straight
dog.
like that.
Now y'all boy look ya. I ain't know what going on, but I still ya. Them boy in the street try to kill ya. Have you laying in the chalk white sheet ya. I like the way you're so